We but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. This is the divine mystery supreme. A wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We need not wait to see what others do. Mahatma Gandhi. The horizons, which drag their claws through the razor grass, are holding the dissipating glow of morning, where eyes are steeped in slowly leaden oscillations of looking, whilst not truly seeing. And each inhalation is the continuous breath of his nostrils, and each exhalation is an exodus. Asphalt glistens with ground glass here, where ersatz stars twinkle in a mixture of bone meal and stale bread, whose damp is stained with green bruises, and letters, discarded from the overhead marquee, haphazardly spell out directions to the sanctuary, where sinner and saint are gathered upon scales, to hold the central axis upon a tenuous tipping point. All weather-worn souls remember, a spine is held and straightened by purpose and perpetual motion. Upon the pages of this grave lexicon, several schema are graciously assembled, for those who wish to seek, to find, and through skins of continual livings and sheaves of perennial dyings, forge an intimate compact with these universal mechanics, to be ultimately found, if their hearts be red, gold, or blue, or if they be green, yellow, or black, be found in lack. And each commandment is an apocrypha, and each remittance is an assassination. So you say you seek God. Well, I've taken a look around, and I have to tell you, God isn't in here. God isn't in the nice, comfortable building where you regularly sit and listen to a man speak. Listen to him interpret fables from an ancient book with little remaining relevance. Listen with a serious, absorbed look upon your face, which at times becomes beatific, angelic. One might even think to see a dove descending to rest peacefully upon your shoulder. Or his. Sit side by side in your neatly pressed suits and skirts, all matching nicely in style and color, so you can show the community how affluent you are. What a perfect family, they'll say. So kind, with their yearly bake sale to benefit the homeless. So noble, with their monthly donation to global charities. Sit and listen to a man who booms with authority, rails with ecstasy, whose eyes light up with the joy of having your attention. Every week. A joy reminiscent of when he was a class clown or schoolyard bully. Now he decides who gets to talk, sit, or stand. And when. I've taken a look around, and, it turns out, I can tell you where to find God. God has her back pressed against a bathroom door with an eye swollen shut, frantically trying to hold it closed, because she dared confront her husband for drinking away his paycheck. Again. Later, after his fury is spent and he's passed out on the floor, God applies layers of foundation over the swollen, purple flesh, feeds the kids, takes them to the bus stop, waves goodbye as they are driven off, and heads to work. God looked into their frightened eyes and said, "Daddy is sorry." Again. God is huddled with his boyfriend on a park bench, hungry and cold, because he decided that he had to tell his parents who he was, who he'd always been, and that he'd found love. God is sitting in a ramshackle mobile home with a leaky roof and sodden, treacherously soft particle board floors, wringing his frail hands, trying to decide between paying his rent and buying his medicine. God is a 12-year-old prostitute, skin and bones, beneath a cake of rouge, smeared with cheap lipstick, forced into intercourse with a dozen strange men a day, smelling of filth, sweat, and alcohol. God is a 15-year-old prostitute, wasting away into nothing, riddled with sexually transmitted diseases. God is lying unconscious beneath a bush with a hypodermic needle jabbed into a collapsed vein. So you say you seek God. Been there, I hear you. Well, God isn't in here. He's out there. So get into your luxury automobile with the friendly computerized voice, eager to assist. Drive out of your gated community and roll up your sleeves. The quality of faith, I have found, is not in where you regularly sit, is not in what you read or to whom you listen, but how you manifest the courage of your convictions. Faith is an idea you hold in your heart, an idea transmitted to you through disseminated doctrine, which you make your own, or remake yourself to suit. But who you are is not decided by the ideas you hold, the doctrines you hold to, or how you choose to conform to an external standard. Who you are is what you do, what and whom you seek out, and the lives you impact. So you say you seek God? Go find Him. The night is glittering with 1,000 warbling voices, whose treble and soaring tenors are purloined from an act of fiery expansion. My eyes are focused, now unfocused, pulled inward, drawn outward, still searching. And now all the prophets are profaned for their bedraggled appearance, sitting nude or howling madness, contrary to the machine, which causes all the streetlights to illuminate and to extinguish at the exact same moment. Painted houses are peeled into Cheshire grins by a dichotomous sun, reminiscent of an egg timer, digesting its own oblivion. And amidst these gaseous marvels, we are the womb in which suffering breathes amniotic fluids, content to ruminate upon a promise of resurrections. Morning rushes over the rooftops screaming, the world is ending. The day has begun. Horizons stretch out yawning arms in every direction, and laughter fills the throat of heaven. How to Seek God and Where to Find Him by Daniel Christensen.